Political, social, psychology, and economics 101. Research Dane Calloway. Say it with me. Dane Calloway. That brother is eloquent in a lot of law. I'm going to give you something else of the law. Hate me, love me, I don't care. Because I'm sick and tired of people killing my people in the name of freedom. Y'all niggas ain't free. Y'all niggas slaves. I'm just saying. In the name of martial law. In the name of coin policy. Pennies worth. 1835. The redhead Sarah, Dutch girl and daughter of James Longacre. We're dealing with identity theft. You wonder why colored copper people, like a lot of them, hate white people. There's a reason for that. Indians, indigenous, coloreds, blacks, afros. You know what I'm saying? Negroes, negroids, negro, niggas. The contracts of 1863 with Lincoln. 1909, the 1 cent coin. The Washington Redskin problem with the logo that people don't like. E pluribus unum. The hidden message of out of many, now one. Keys, 1862, signing of the Homestead Act. March 3rd, 1909, Theodore Roosevelt signed the Enlarged Act of 1909, reflecting the purchasing of Indian lands, removed the restrictions on these lands, and authorized the sale of these lands. They were specifically altered to sketch the image of the indigenous person on the coins as white people. That's why there's white people all over the money. And the $100 bill got Benjamin Franklin on it, but the original penny was a colored man. Okay? Now they call these lands public lands, public-private property, when the actual real estate belonged to the colored people who was here first. Okay? All right, master, let's get it. Skull and Bone Society, right? These are your politicians. They are demonic worshippers. Has anybody not seen the Django? The house of Abimelech will be slaughtered by the Most High through his saints. This is why it said that the saints will judge the world and judge angels. Yes, I said it. What was done before will be done again. Remember when Joshua went into the promised land and the people, the singers on timbrels and all that good stuff happened? Yeah. Guess what? The angel of the Lord was with them now. This is Bobby Boucher. I'm going to need me some water. Hold up. It's alliteration. My mama always said I need to drink more H2O anyway. I'm just saying. Okay. Now. It's an eradication of black people. And anybody who loves us. Check out the Tulsa, Oklahoma. Martial law was declared back then. And the blacks back then, and anybody who loved the blacks, they owned more stores and hotels and vehicles than anybody else. Doctors, nurses, and physicians, okay? Now, if you want to talk cretinism and Christianity, they're two different things. I'm going to tell you the same thing, even though it look like one, right? Because there's one, but a lot of people act retarded, and they speak retardism. That's nigatosis for your colinosis, you know what I'm saying? Get out your comatose, because this is a horrible hypnosis. That's the state of being of what the virus is. COVID-19. It's an identity crisis. All right, now that we know that the coins and the monies was for the white people, I don't hate white people because every white people's ain't the same. Some of them's murderers, just like some black peoples, because a lot of Egyptian black peoples is they murderers, and they talk about biology and chemistry of your body, the neurology in your body, and your nervous system. You know, they talk about your chemistry. That's what the symbolisms is for now. Every bit of it. You can go to the Book of Enoch, right? The Book of Enoch. Let me tell you something about this because there's a lot of people talking about it. Yeah. I agree. But I'm gonna just say it like this. A little bit about what you Bobby said. My mama said. My mama said. Yeah. So, um, come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men and beget us children. And Simyaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone will have to pay the penalty, of a great error or sin. And they all answered him and said, let us swear an oath and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swear they all they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared. Mind you now, mind you. We can go back to the book of 2 Samuel, okay? Now, Jasher or Jared is considered it's called the book of truth, right. Okay, so if we go to the book of Samuel real quick, turn with me now, turn with me, yeah. So turn with me to the book of Samuel now, and we gonna this Second Samuel, okay, 2 Samuel chapter 1 verse 18. Also, he bade them teach the children of Judah, Yahudim, okay? The use of the bow, behold, it is written in the book of Jasher. Now, I tell no lie. I tell no lie. Look at it. Read it. 2 Samuel, Shemuel, and look at that. Read it. Don't try not to weep now. I don't know if you can see it like that, but there it is. 2 Samuel, chapter 1, verse 18. Okay, it's there. Now, why you pastors ain't speaking about this? Like, you done read the Bible how many times, and you're still talking about, oh, that's not true. If God wanted us to see it, then He would have shown. It's right there in the Bible, baby. It's right. It's right. Bobby Boucher, I'm gonna need some more water. Hold up. It's alliteration. My mama always told me I need to drink more water anyway. I'm gonna drink some more water, okay? Even though it's all fluoridation of the water, it's got fluoride in it. The same dentist that put the fluoride on your toothpastes, and you wonder why they get all sensitive and numbers start breaking and off and stuff like that, because it's calcifying it, and it's infecting it and breaking in it. It's making you stupid. But long story short, let's get back to the book of Enoch, okay? Yeah, excuse me. So the giants back in Noah's day, guess what? The angels, the Malachim, who were their fathers, the giants were the children of the fathers, and out of them giants came the evil spirits we call devils nowadays. Okay, so the Enki and the Raphaim in the book of Joshua, and even in Moses and stuff like that, like all the king of Og and stuff like that. Those was the generation of the giants, the evil men, the ones that was Goliath type. You know what I'm saying? Tall as the cedars, and they was like we look like grasshoppers under them, even did they fruit. Yeah, because it was giants. Did you know that you can look at Devil's Tower and look at a tree stump and they look exactly the same? You know, there's giant. Matter of fact, the flag of Lebanon, it's got a tree on it, and there's one mountain in that country. It looked like a big old flat top, like. They got energy directed weapons to this day. They call DARPA. It's all connected, baby. So, Semiaz, Arikiba, Ramiel, Kokabil, Temiel, Ramiel, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barakiel, Asiel, Amaros, Batarel, Anael, Zakiel, Samsapiel, Satarel, Turael, Jomiel, and Sariel. These are the chiefs of 10. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10 through 19. Jeremiah chapter 10 says, do not learn the way of the heathen, for the customs of the people are vain. The whole reality of Christmas is right there. Now, I've celebrated Christmas. Yeah, I have. I have. I even have a tree in my house that I just use just because it's there, because it looks fun. I don't bow down to it. I don't use the Yule log. I know, like, it's just a symbol of life. I don't have that there because that one's an abomination. It's fake. I have it there because I'm using it as a tool to teach. That's why I have it there. I know that it has no soul. What's it gonna do for me? How's it gonna save me if I'm falling out the window? What's it gonna do? It's gonna fall with me if I can grab it. If I can't, it's gonna sit there. Come on now. Anyways, and all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one, and they began to go in unto them and to defile themselves with them, and they taught them charms and enchantments. Pharmakia. You wonder where the witches come from to this day. And the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants, and they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells, who consumed all the acquisitions of men, all your resources. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish. Now the reptilians that they talk about, them dinosaurs, them monsters, them abominations, that's where that came from. That's where that came from. So Darwin's theory of evolution was wrong. It was wrong. Yeah. This is Aristotle's theory of Atlantis, the old world before the great Mabel Mach, the great flood. And even Moses wrote on tablets of stone, right? And even Adam and his sons wrote on tablets of stones too. But you wouldn't know unless you looked in the books of Adam and Eve that complete that book. Matter of fact, the shaitans, right? The Hasatans back there, the slanderers, the adversaries and stuff like that, they're still adversaries to this day. Ain't never changed. You can change your color and change your look a little bit, change your name, but and maybe cut your hair a little bit, but you still gonna be you. Is you not, or is you is. I'm just saying, and mind you, this is where you get the hieroglyphs from. That's why that's why a lot of white peoples and black peoples that's why the Smithsonian cover up is there. The Smithsonian is there for a reason. Yep. They killed Saddam Hussein, matter of fact, because he was building a museum to give out people's information of their true history, and he wanted the people to come in and see and knows their kind and knows the truth. So they killed him. He wasn't a terrorist. Your a Capernaum government is the terrorists that bankrupt every other nation and slaughter you like animals. Matter of fact, the straw man illusion, the straw man act, it delegates you to a person who's not a person. You're dead. Barack Obama said in one of his famous videos that these people can't think for them. Small-minded people can't think for themselves. They need somebody to think for them. They think that they know everything. They think that they but Yah says that they do not know anything. They blind. They deaf, dumb, blind leaders. Matter of fact, he said, do not learn the way of the heathen, for the customs of the people are vain. So the traditions and their rituals are worthless. And you're saying, God said, obey the law of the land, the judges and magistrates. But the same scribes and Pharisees and political people that Jesus came and talked against, like he called them hypocrites. He called them liars. You claim to have something you do not have, and to know something you do not know. You're a liar. You're a liar. And anybody who's following and saying that you're supposed to do this, you're deceiving people and you're lying to them. But anyway. They sinned against reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh. This is where cannibalism started. And drink, mind you, the so-called Illuminatis, the so-called elites. Y'all niggas not elite. We're the elite people. That's why you're scared of us. That's why you have to control everything that you think you can, because you think you own everything and you pollute it. Like, why are you polluting everything? Why are you terraforming everything? Is it for you to live because you're tired of living underground? Well, that's your fault. Like nobody told you had to do that. Mercy. And drink the blood, then the earth laid accusation against the Lord. See, the earth speaks against you. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony and the beautifying of the eyelids. That's where your makeup came from. And all the kinds of costly stones and all colored tinctures, and there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Semyaza taught enchantments and root cuttings, and Amros the solving of enchantments. Barakil taught astrology. Kokabel the constellations. Ezekiel the knowledge of the clouds. Arakil the signs of the earth. Shamshiel the signs of the suns. And Sarael the course of the moon. And men perished, and they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. So, Michael, Uriel, and Raphael and Gabriel noticed these things and talked about it to the Most High because he knows everything, he sees everything, he allows everything to happen for a reason. And I'm going to say it like this. So it talks about enchanters and sorcerers in the book of Isaiah. Also, there's signs, like the original purpose for it is found in Bereshith or Genesis 1, where, the signs of the moon and the stars will give signs and seasons and, stuff like that upon the earth and in the heavens. So it's a map and it's a calendar of both everything in heaven and everything in the earth. And that's the original order of it. But to the point where people are like, oh, I'm a Gemini and I'm a Sagittarius, and you don't even know what you're talking about. So you should probably stop doing that, because that mindset behind that is bad. It's just like saying black people are awesome and white people are trash, or white people are awesome and black people are trash. Like, black people are 1 cent and white people are $100 bill. Well, guess what? You still have to kill a tree to make your money. You still have to destroy parts of the earth in order to get your metals. I'm just saying. So, yeah, when people talking about the laws of the land, you got rights, right? Criminal Justice 101. I'm supposed to follow abortions, people who love abortions, people who are deeming homosexuality to be okay. A man with a man is not marriage. A woman with a woman is not marriage. It's an abomination. You will get killed in places like that still to this day. You will get beheaded. I'm just saying. It's the truth. Fascism and greed is not a way I'm supposed to follow. So why the fun dip would I follow the law of the land when it's teaching everything against the ordinances of Yah? And it's blatantly blaspheming and boasting in pride. You got a dumbass leader, Donald freaking Duck, sitting there boasting about his power and making America great again. Nigga, this ain't making nothing great again. You slaughtering and robbing people, you greedy land grabbers, in the name of real estate. Most of you real estate agents don't even know what's actually going on. You don't study these land acts, man. You don't study slavery enough. You think you know something because you know a little bit about black history that you don't even know nothing about. Because you got a degree. Do you even know what a degree is? It's part of measurement. That's what dimension is. Did you forget to mention that? So essentially you have a bunch of people who do not know what they're talking about, yet they speak evil of what they do not know. And you say that God taught you that and telling you to obey your own ignorance? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Let that rest in your brain cells for a minute. I'm out. Salim. Yeah.